Okay, so lately there's been a huge increase in the frequency of jellyfish blooms. And we can especially see this off the coast of Japan, where we have these huge blooms of Nomura's jellyfish. These things are huge and can grow up to 6 feet across in diameter and up to 400 pounds. When you have a giant swarm of these, you start seeing some major problems. You have to close down beaches when these jellyfish come onto shore and when they fill the waters. These things are a huge problem for power plants because they clog pipes for cooling. Um, there's even been a case of a trawling fishing vessel that's capsized when collecting a ton of these jellyfish in the net. Um, and another thing, these blooms have become much more frequent lately. Um, Historically, they've been recorded to be in roughly like 40-year cycles. But in the last decade, we saw these pop up 6 times within 8 years. So we've almost seen these bloom cycles change from a decadal, infrequent, um, to almost annual. So this big shift in bloom cycles has led many to believe that there's a strong link between this and anthropogenic factors such as overfishing and warming waters. Um, but there's been critics of this that say there hasn't been a long enough history of data on jellyfish to conclusively say this. And there could just be longer term variability at play here. But all of these studies do agree that there is huge impacts on marine ecosystems from these blooms. Um, it's important that we better understand the effects of these blooms on species interactions and populations. I want to survey a location off the shore of Japan to further understand the response from species during and after a jellyfish bloom, using a trawling vessel to monitor higher trophic level species such as tuna, squid, and salmon. Um, and we'll also use smaller water samples on probes to monitor phytoplankton and smaller zooplankton. Um, and we'll monitor all these species before, during, and after jellyfish blooms to really see how these populations change in both the short and long term. Um, and this data will really help us better understand how the ocean's ecosystem change on a local level due to these giant jellyfish blooms.